cardinal. Wow. And this is where we did our first biology lab. It was totally green and lush, you know, in the fall, but it's looking totally different now in winter. It's funny that the flags are still up, still this bog. But yeah, everything is super barren now. Unusually warm for this time of year, but it's still pretty nice. Good thing is there are no mosquitoes, which I'm very thankful for. I think this is like the first and only time I've been on the trail by myself this entire semester, which is kind of sad, since I used to walk around a lot in the previous 2 semesters, but you know, I'm glad I came out. The stream's still here. Yeah, there are sometimes these, like, you know, white growths that occur on these trees that are these, like, you know, sort of like parasite, like, you know, gall-making parasites, but I don't see any right now. Thank you, Taya. She taught me that. Let's see. Yeah. Now it's harder to identify these plants because they've just completely lost all their leaves. You know, a big way that you can, or an easy way in which you can identify plants is just looking at their leaves. But you know, when you don't have that to go off of, you know, it's a bit harder. Let's see, these pines have like, yeah, there's like the white pine and like some other pine, I think. One has 2 needles, one has 5 needles. That one has 2. Yeah, we can definitely take a look at the wildlife sanctuary. Cool place. If I'm correct, that's where Professor Ethan Klotfelter does some of his research on the behavior, and also, you know, the, like, just in general on black-capped chickadees, which is a kind of bird that gets parasitized by so-called ectoparasites, which basically just feed on the bird from the outside. So he basically wants to look at how fitness is affected by these ectoparasites and whether there are any, like, basically genetic changes, I think, as a result of ectoparasitism. You know, these are goldenrods, I think. They, you know, as their name suggests, have like very bright yellow flowers usually, but they're all kind of like barren now. You know, the top parts above ground kind of die off, and then the, you know, roots lay dormant for, you know, when it's spring again. These plants are parasitized by you know, a type of gallfly. You know, we learned a bit about that in our intro ecology class, but I don't actually see any goldenrod plants that have like pronounced galls on them. Galls are neat. There's some like rose plants. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. There are wild roses, which is pretty cool, but you know, if you get pricked by one, not as cool. Luckily I haven't yet, but you know, knock on wood. Yeah, in a bit I might try to explore the bike trail, because there's always some cool shit there. Not as many birds this time of year, but oh, interesting. I don't know what this is. Yeah, this is like, I forget what that's called. Oh, interesting. Huh. I wonder if I'll ever see a kingfisher in this area. That'd be pretty sick. I don't think I've seen one though. I don't know what the rarest bird I've seen is here. Not very rare, I'd think. Still novel for me as a Californian, because definitely don't get blue jays or cardinals where I'm from, so it's always fun. Maybe, yeah, this, I think this loop kind of feeds me towards the entrance of this area. See, here's a bit of a pond / lake kind of thing. Not very large, but it's nice. It gets all frozen over during the winter. I might bring the GoPro out, you know, then see if I can document that. But yeah, I'm not gonna walk on it. That's a bad idea. Ooh, this is an invasive species. I think this is the burning bush. It's got these kind of like wing-like projections on its branches, which is how you can recognize it really easily. Yeah, you can still recognize it even though it's lost all of its leaves for the season. It's really distinctive kind of growth. The one thing you want to watch out for in the East Coast is actually two things, you know, poison ivy and ticks. Both very nasty. Ticks, not a perennial problem. Also mosquitoes, but you know, also mosquitoes do kind of go away during the winter time because it gets too cold. Ticks also go away, you know, when it gets cold. They're really nasty though. Always do a tick check if you know you go out in the woods in the East Coast. Maybe even other areas, like I think, you know, like Colorado, I think they might have some. Kind of sucks, but you know, you do what you can. Also, you know, it's good to wear long pants, because you know, ticks are sneaky little things. You don't want like Lyme disease. Lyme disease will permanently debilitate you if you don't catch it early enough. There's like, you know, no cure for it either once you let it progress for a long time. So you just want to, you know, take preventative measures, I guess, against that. Also, they can give you meat allergy, which is pretty crazy. Something about like, you know, allergy to alpha galactosidase, I think, something like that. I don't know all the details. There's an old Radiolab episode on it that I listened to like 5-6 years ago or something. I think the title of the episode is Alpha Gal. So, you know, if you want to look into it, be my guest. It's just, you know, a bit of a horror story to get you to care, I guess, a bit more about tick safety, if that was even necessary in the first place, because they are nasty little buggers. You also want to make sure that you take out their mandibles completely if you see one in you, because, you know, I think even if you take out the main body, then, you know, you won't have much success there. Yeah, this is where they're kind of like gonna spread their spores from, probably. Club moss. I think this is called club moss. Interesting. They have early evolutionary origins. I don't know how early they are. I'm not a plant paleontologist. I'm not even a paleontologist for that matter, so don't ask me about that. You're expecting too much of me at that point. I wonder if I'll see like mites around. I've seen like a bright red mite on one of these pine trees before, which is pretty sick. I mean, they're pretty much harmless, like the little mites. Not ticks, but just mites. I don't know what they eat. Maybe they eat like tiny microorganisms and like moss and such, but I honestly can't remember. Oh crap. Gross. It's a wet area. I might see some of the what is it? The umbrella something. I can't remember. There's like a tree here that has like very large leaves. I don't know if it still has its leaves at this time of day or time of year. Man, the sun sets really early nowadays. Kind of a bummer. Oh, interesting. This bench isn't actually dedicated to anyone. There are benches around here that are. I mean, the bench next to the little pond does have a dedication. I can't remember to who though. On trees. Oh, the circle of life. Yeah, I should have brought my full scope. That's what I forgot. Bummer. I've never actually used it, fortunately. Foldscopes are cool. They're a device invented by the engineer Manu Prakash, who works at Stanford. Basically a paper microscope. It has the little lens and such, but you basically just fold. You have like these two like sheets of paper. They just kind of like fold, and then the end product incorporates the lenses in, and also you can slide the pieces of paper past each other to kind of like adjust your sample, which is really cool. So it allows you to do like field microscopy without any expensive equipment. So it's really light, so that too. So it's pretty sick. He does it kind of a frugal science a lot, which I'm a fan of. Yeah, so I mean, hypothetically, I could just go, grab some moss from like a tree or from the ground or whatever, put it on the, like use the Foldscope on it, and you could probably find some tardigrades, water bears. Water bears are actually really common. You can probably find them in a lot of moss here. I've just never actually tried looking for them. I don't think I've ever seen one under microscope, which is a travesty. I should probably work to remedy it at some point, because they're real cool. Yeah, hopefully I'll have some time to go to the rail trail. I don't know what time it is. Yeah, 2:50. Yeah, let's do it. The rail trail's nice. A lot of open areas. That's where you can see the area where Professor Clawfelter does his research, because it's a really nice expanse of just grassland and a lot of just scattered bird houses throughout the area. Probably great place for bird watching. I'm not a bird watcher, but if you were, you'd probably enjoy spending your time here. That's probably some sort of gull. I don't know what it is though. Interesting. That's a goldenrod gull right there. It's actually, okay, I'll break it. I have a razor blade in my room, but then again, I don't think that'd be enough to, break this thing. Let's see. It doesn't actually have any like entry points, which is interesting, suggesting that it could actually have a gall inside of it, of the goldenrod gallfly, Eurosta solidinus. Maybe it's a different species of Eurosta, but I was just able to see the outside because I was curious whether there's any obvious predation that occurred. This is like all I was thinking about for the fucking final lab of that class, which is kind of rough, not gonna lie. But I did learn a lot, maybe more than I bargained for, about goldenrod gallflies and their predators, which include among them the black-capped chickadee and another kind of bird, which I can't remember. But then also their parasitoids that feed on them. So the thing that differentiates parasitoids from parasites is that parasitoids will parasitize an animal by laying, like eggs into it, but then at the end of the, parasitism, the parasites will ultimately kill the host, and it's always true. So that's really the thing that differentiates parasites from parasitoids. Parasitoids always kill their hosts, or their offspring do, rather. So, like some examples of parasitoids include, like wasps. So a lot of like parasitoid wasps will lay their eggs inside, like arthropods, like arthropod larvae, like caterpillars, and these little, like larvae, the wasps will basically just eat the caterpillar from the inside. The caterpillar will die, and then baby wasps then ultimately grow up and make more wasps, and you know, sort of like continues. That's an example. There's also a beetle that does that specifically for the gullfly. The Book of Plow Farm's nice. Just like, you know, what you'd expect. It's a little farm. Usually you can, you know, pick tomatoes there when they're available. There's a big ass, you know, tennis court. Put there a few times. You can pick like tomatoes, you can pick flowers. It's a nice place to be during the fall. That's where they held a fall fest this year. It's pretty fun. This place is scary when it gets dark, I'm telling you. It's real scary. Me and a friend were walking here once, and we were just trying to get to his car as soon as possible. He was kind enough to drive me back to his dorm that day, or to my dorm rather, that day, which is really nice. My dorm is far as fuck from here. It'll take me like 20 minutes easy to, not more, at least for where I'm standing. Actually, I don't know. That's the trail. It's nice to go there, like track kids all on the trail, which is nice. During summer, when there are a lot of mosquitoes around, like, you know, that gets kind of rough. I've done that before. Learned my lesson, but it is still so nice. Not a big deal. Not important. I really shouldn't walk this way, but I'm going to, because I'm fucking lazy. Damn, that looked like, that was probably like, you know, road before, but it got grown over maybe. I don't know. I'm just conjecturing. Interesting. I've never walked a Book and Plow Farm from that route, but just good to know. I'm not going there though. Yeah, I don't know what all these trails are. I also haven't walked on any trails outside Amherst, or outside basically the trails adjacent to campus, unfortunately. I might do that if I have time someday, but not now. I do have some time now because I just finished finals, but you know, I'm just gonna enjoy this whole walk. That road goes pretty far, actually. You can walk to, like, you know, part of town by just taking this route. I remember it took me and my friends, like, you know, an hour or something to walk to, like, bowling rink that's in town. It's a long walk. It's a long ass walk. Oh my god. Yeah, I really like this area. It's probably a nest. I don't know what bird, but it's also a nest. It's nice to see nests. I don't know, it's just my thing. Like, I don't see nests very often in my neighborhood. So it's nice to see. That's what I think. Like whale falls almost. Yeah, I guess like dead trees are the, not really, I mean they're sort of a analog to whale falls and marine ecosystems, but I don't know if that's entirely accurate. I mean whale falls are just when a whale dies and its remains sink to the bottom of the ocean, and you have this whole ecosystem of detritivores. Interesting. Is that a chipmunk or some shit? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, detritivores. Yeah, when a whale falls, it's just like, you know, composed of a lot of like meat and shit, and you know, animals want to, you know, get at that, so a lot of decomposition of these animals, or you know, of whale carcasses happen, because you've got, you know, detritivores like giant isopods, like Bathynomus or something is their genus, and like probably other crustaceans like crabs and shit, and also like these like lobe-finned fish, I think, come and, you know, like partake. So it's like a whole kind of like feast that occurs, like, you know, when a whale falls down. And then once it's done, they kind of like, you know, move to other places to gather food. That's a nice place. Yeah, here's the field, as you can see. I can't even walk down there. You know, it is nicer at other times of the year. Well, the grass isn't just yellow, but no matter what, these are cool. No matter what, it's still nice. I enjoy it very much. This is the bike trail. It goes for a while. I don't know how long, many miles. Grandpa's bench. Don't think I've sat there. Here's the field. It's like a red lichen. That's cool. Yeah, apparently, I mean, this rock has an engraving of a belted kingfisher on here. I've never seen one, but maybe you go next to the like river, might have a chance. It's nice. I'm glad I'm not a field biologist. I really am. Nothing against field biologists, of course, but just doing field work in this kind of environment is not my thing. Especially in the summer, when you gotta go out to the, you know, bird houses and just check on the birds, like just walk out onto this trail. It's not it, because there are hella ticks, hella mosquitoes. And you gotta wear like a lot of like, you know, outer covering during the Massachusetts summer, where it's humid as fuck. Well, I mean, it's always humid as fuck, but you know, when it's hot, you know, it just hits differently. Mushrooms. I don't know what they are. Just look down here. See if there's anything to see. Already getting water in my shoes. How did I do that? Jeez. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Shouldn't have done that. Luckily, you know, I didn't commit. So it's a dub. Why there's like tape on this tree? This is a nice field. I'm a fan. Should probably record, you know, what day it was. It's December 17th. I'm in Amherst, Massachusetts, located next to Amherst College. And it's high 55, low 34 degrees Fahrenheit here. Nice weather, sunny. Good day. In the winter time, though I wish it snowed a little more. Maybe, you know, after I live in a climate where there's a lot of snow, I wouldn't say that, but no, it's very foreign to me still, so I enjoy it, especially when I don't have to shovel any snow. It's even more enjoyable. Whew. Damn, kind of tired. It's been a long semester. Whenever I'll see any blackbirds, because those exist There's some of these blackbirds with like orange spots on their wings that you can see, you know, in the fall, for instance, or in the spring, even summer. They're pretty cool. There's something to look out for. Not very rare, but you know, something you see. Free poems. Let's take a look. Yeah, I should ask my roommate to leave one. Nice. Let's read some. Gay besties. Draft. One gay wears gay shirt, one gay wears mushroom earrings, but they're just friends. Jamie. What the dog doing? It's moving like Val. Or sorry. This is like bathroom, like, I think, like, you know, paper you use to dry your hands. Kind of funny. Interesting. I wonder if these are all Amherst students, or if they're others. If I ever become a poet, I might leave something here. Didn't know this existed, though. It's pretty cool. Let's take a look at this one. I'll leave a drawing at some point. Sick. Who made this? Who put this here? This is a 2020. Neat. Cool. That's what happened. See, these shoes that I have, I think they're like Kohans, probably. They're pretty good. Well, I'm pretty damn out of shape right now. I think I've just been sedentary for like 3 weeks or so during the whole finals grind, so it's probably the farthest I've walked in a long time. But, Jesus Christ. You know, hopefully I'll get into the swinging things to an extent when I'm back home, but I'm getting very tired, unfortunately. It would be nice to walk when it's real cold out. That'd be fun. I think I might walk to the bridge portion and head back, because it's getting closer to sunset. Hey, maybe I can get the sunset on video. That'd be neat. Well, it depends on how much battery the GoPro has, but, you know, we'll see. Yeah, this is nice. This is really nice when it's not winter. Just all green. Yeah, I mean, if it's snowy here, maybe you could sled down this portion to an extent. This may actually be... This is adjacent to the book and flower farm. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. Probably not. If I had to guess. Yeah, Massachusetts, nice. Oh, the landscape is so nice when it's in fall, and the leaves are starting to turn or turning. That's just beautiful. Now, I wonder why there, you know, there's like variation, some like variation between trees, you know, based on when they start to change colors. Individual variation. It's kind of interesting. I wonder. Look. What's the dog doing? fairly large stream. I mean, some of my friends have swam in it before. The water level is definitely higher. Not at this time of year though. Yeah, I've seen some blue jays around here. I thought a blue jay was a kingfisher at one point. It's kind of a dummy move, but you know. Still a cool place to look for birds, that's for sure. Probably decent material for a podcast, or decently set up, I think. Ambling through Amherst. Hopefully the pilot will happen at some point. There are a lot of friends who'd be interesting to talk to. That's for sure. Don't know what that is. I don't know bird calls. I have an app on my phone that can tell you bird calls. I think it's made by Cornell. I can't remember what it's called, but you know, if you're ever curious about what bird you're hearing, you can always use that app to help you find out. And download a region-specific packs for our bird calls also. So there, I think I have one for like, the East Coast. Yeah. This is nice. Yeah, so here you can probably just like, you know, leave campus. That's a nice trail, actually. I'd love to go there if I had time. And if those, you know, there's more life. If it was more greener, then it would be really nice to go there at this time. But, you know, not necessarily. Damn. That's weird. You know, it ain't no Cornell, but not too shabby either. I'm heading back. Take care of yourselves.